Dr. Zilther had been practicing xenomedicine for 40 standard cycles, treating species from across 3 spiral arms of the galaxy. She considered herself unshockable. Then the human walked into her clinic with what he called a minor concern. Lieutenant James Rivera sat on the examination platform, remarkably calm for someone whose cellular scans were causing every alarm in the medical bay to shriek warnings. The Valorian doctor's 6 sensory stalks quivered as she reviewed the data for the 3rd time, certain her equipment was malfunctioning. "I must be reading this incorrectly," she muttered, her translator rendering her clicking speech into flat standard. "Your scanner shows massive cellular death. Billions of cells. But you're sitting here talking to me about a sprained ankle?" James glanced at the holographic display floating between them, showing his body in cross-section with alarming red indicators scattered throughout. "Oh, that? Yeah, that's normal. Apoptosis. Happens all the time. Normal." Zilther's voice rose an octave. "You're telling me programmed cellular suicide is normal?" "Well, yeah. It's like maintenance mode." James stretched his injured ankle experimentally, wincing slightly. "Our cells have built-in self-destruct sequences. When they get old, damaged, or infected, they just kill themselves. Clean, efficient, prevents problems." Zilther felt faint, a sensation she didn't know Valorians could experience. "Let me understand this correctly. Your cells commit suicide, voluntarily, multiple times per second, between 50 and 70 billion times per day. Actually," James said cheerfully. "Give or take." The doctor's translator emitted a sound like breaking glass as it attempted to process her response. She forced herself to continue. "And this doesn't concern your species? Why would it? It's how we stay healthy." James pulled up a hologram on his personal datapad, showing a simplified diagram. "See, when a cell gets from radiation or viruses or just wear and tear, it activates these proteins. Caspases, we call them. They're basically tiny executioners. They chop up the cell from the inside, nice and neat. Then our immune system comes along and cleans up the pieces. No fuss, no inflammation. You have executioner proteins," Zilther repeated slowly, "living inside every cell. Waiting. Yep, they're just hanging out until they're needed. It's actually really elegant when you think about it. Prevents cancer, removes infected cells, sculpts our bodies during development." "Wait," Zilther held up a manipulator appendage. "During development? You mean this cellular suicide happens to your young?" "Oh, especially then. That's how we get fingers and toes. We start out with webbed hands in the womb, and apoptosis removes the cells between the digits. Same with our nervous system. We overproduce neurons and then kill off the ones that don't make useful connections." Zilther's sensory stalks drooped. In 40 cycles of medicine, studying hundreds of species, she had never encountered anything so horrifying yet so matter-of-fact. "Your species sculpts itself with death." "I mean, technically yes, but that's kind of metal when you say it like that." James grinned. "Look, Doc, every species is weird stuff, right? What's normal for you guys?" "We regenerate damaged cells," Zilther said quietly. "We repair them. We don't execute them." "Huh, doesn't that take a lot of energy? And what if the damage is too severe? What if the cell's DNA is corrupted? Then we repair it more carefully." "But what about cancer? What about viruses hiding in cells? What about—" "We handle those situations as they arise," Zilther interrupted, though her tone suggested this was a more complicated topic than she wanted to admit. James leaned back, understanding dawning on his face. "You guys have problems with that stuff, don't you? Higher cancer rates? Persistent infection?" Zilther's silence was answer enough. "Okay, so maybe programmed cell death isn't so crazy," James continued. "It's preventive medicine. Why repair a corrupted cell when you can just replace it? We shed our entire outer skin layer every few weeks. Our stomach lining replaces itself every few days. Our red blood cells last about 4 months, then, bam, apoptosis. New ones take their place." "You're temporary," Zilther whispered. "Your entire body is constantly dying and being reborn." "Yeah, I guess so." James stood up, testing his ankle. "Ship of Theseus situation, you know? Are we even the same person we were 7 years ago, when every cell has been replaced? The doctor didn't answer. She was too busy updating the human medical file, adding a new note in bold text. Species is in constant state of controlled cellular death. This is normal. Do not panic. Though privately, Zilfer thought panic was entirely reasonable. Humans weren't just survivors. They were something far stranger, a species that had weaponized death itself and turned it into a maintenance protocol. No wonder they were so hard to kill.